welcome to The Explainer. So today we're going to talk about the whole TikTok sales saga. But look, we're not just going to rehash the official story you've already heard a million times. No, we're going to follow the money, we're going to piece together what might just be one of the biggest, most audacious hostile takeovers in tech history. Seriously. All right, let's start with just one number, $14 billion. So that was the final price tag, right? The big number on the deal that supposedly saved TikTok here in the United States. You had this group of American-led investors, big names like Oracle, who got control of an app used by, 170 million Americans? And yeah, that sounds like a massive amount of money. But here's the kicker. Just a year ago, analysts were saying its value was actually closer to this, $50 billion. So what happened to the other $36 billion? That's the real story here. And to get it, you've got to stop thinking about this as a national security issue. Instead, see it for what it really was, a beautifully, meticulously planned financial squeeze play, designed for one thing, to force a sale at a steep discount. Okay, so how exactly did they pull this off? Well, it all starts with a piece of legislation that basically lit the fuse on a ticking time bomb. So back in early 2024, Congress passed this thing. It's a mouthful. The Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Applications Act. Let's just call it PFACA. And the law was really simple. It was an ultimatum. ByteDance, TikTok's parent company, had to sell its US operations to a buyer the government approved of, or boom, TikTok would be totally shut down, wiped from app stores, blocked on web servers, the whole deal. And they put a clock on it. The first deadline was January 19th, 2025. Okay, now this is where you can really see the strategy in action. Look at the pattern here. The ban didn't just happen on that first date. Nope, the deadline got pushed back. Not once, not twice, but 4 different times all through 2025. And you have to understand, each one of these extensions, it wasn't a lifeline, it was another turn of the screw. Every time they kicked the can down the road, from April to June to September and then all the way to December, the chaos and uncertainty just got worse. And that was the whole point. It was systematically destroying ByteDance's power to negotiate, just bleeding the company's value drop. I mean, think about it. With every single delay, advertisers got spooked, creators were totally scrambling, and the value of TikTok just plummeted. One financial analysis put it perfectly, saying the final price was a divestiture discount that came straight from financial desperation. This wasn't a negotiation between two equals. No way. This was a fire sale, and it was orchestrated by a calendar set by the government. So you might be asking, how is this even legal? Well, let's talk about the official story. The justification that gave them all the legal air cover they needed for this financial squeeze. It all went to the Supreme Court in the case of TikTok versus Garland. And at the end of the day, the court sided with the government. They basically said, look, this isn't about censoring what people say on the app. This is about who controls the company. They called it a content-neutral regulation of corporate control, and they validated the government's worries about data harvesting and potential propaganda. And just like that, the final legal roadblock was gone. The sale was a go. All right, so let's recap. The legal path is totally clear, and the price has been artificially pushed way down. So the big question is, who was just waiting in the wings to cash in on all this chaos? Because while all this was being hammered out in fancy boardrooms, let's not forget what was actually at stake on the ground. We're talking about an ecosystem that poured over $24 billion into the US GDP. It supported more than 7 million small businesses, over 2 million creators, and for an entire year, all of them were just stuck in limbo. They were dealing with what people started calling algorithm anxiety, brands were scared to partner with them, and their income just dried up. And here are the folks who ultimately benefited. The new owners. It's a joint venture, and the key players calling the shots are some big names. You've got the American tech giant Oracle, the private equity firm Silver Lake, and the Emirati firm MGX. Each one of them walked away with a clean 15% stake in a massively valuable company that they bought for pennies on the dollar. But hey, the buyers weren't the only ones who made out like bandits here. This whole year of chaos created some, let's call them collateral winners. Think about it. All those marketing departments paused their spending on TikTok because it was so unpredictable. So where did all that ad money go? Well, it went straight into the pockets of TikTok's biggest rivals, Meta's Reels and YouTube's Shorts. They were more than happy to just soak up all that ad revenue from brands who were desperate for a little stability. So, what's the big takeaway here? You have to realize this was never just about one app. This whole thing basically wrote a brand new rulebook.
what we're looking at is a powerful new playbook for how a country can use its own laws to pull off a hostile takeover. It's a simple 3-step process. Step 1, legislate. Pass a law targeting a foreign tech company, all under the banner of national security. Step 2, squeeze. Create as much financial pressure and uncertainty as you possibly can to just crater the company's value. And finally, step 3, acquire. Make it easy for a friendly group of domestic investors to swoop in and buy it all up for a bargain basement price.
And get this, it wasn't even just about TikTok. The mandate was written so it also swept up 2 other really important ByteDance apps. First, CapCut. You might know it, it's the video editor that a lot of people call the lifeblood of the entire short-form video world. I mean, people use it to make reels and shorts too. And also the lifestyle app, Lemonade. So you see, this wasn't just about grabbing the platform. It was about taking control of the whole creative engine behind it. So let's just put a bow on this. A foreign-owned app that was once valued at $50 billion got sold for just $14 billion, all after a year of intense government-created pressure. It really leaves us with one pretty chilling question. In this new digital Cold War, who's next on the chopping block?